All right, here with Bill Bestwick, head coach, GM of the Victoria Grizzlies. Bill, a whole new outlook in the entire organization, right? Filters right down to the players, and it shows in the way they battle right through to the end. Last night, scoring with 0.6 seconds on the clock for the win.
Thanks, Alf. Great to be back in the BC Hockey League, and of course in one of the best franchises in the league in Cowichan Valley Capitals here tonight at their home opener. Our team has been in a few close games. In fact, all three of them have been extremely close, 2 overtime games and a one-shot hockey game in the other. So we're getting a lot of experience early.
Some of the guys you brought in, very familiar with the Cowichan Valley, your goaltender, Brady Rouleau. What did you see and what did you hear about him that made you go after him?
Well, I knew that we needed a bona fide starter and somebody that was maybe not given that opportunity quite yet, but his age worked, 19. He's a good size. Every report on him that we seeked out was all positive. He was a great kid. He was a hard worker. He was diligent and determined in his craft. And knowing that, and knowing that when you play island teams and you have kids in your uniform that have been an opponent of your team, it seems to bring the best out in them. And so I tried to surround ourselves with as many kids that might have found themselves not at the highest standing in their current team. He was one of those guys. We couldn't wait to get him.
Good to hear. You have a very outstanding young man there, very nice, great family, and just you're going to have a really good season with him. Talk about a little bit about the Fitzgerald's deal. You brought down the triplets again. You're familiar with them. How glad were they to get back on the island?
Well, I was so taken in with those kids when we brought them into the league 2 years ago, with how much they love hockey, and they're truly hockey players, irrespective of their undersized stature. They bring a much bigger presence to the ice surface. They're highly entertaining, highly energetic. They have skill beyond our wildest imagination. They have things that you can't teach or coach. So to be able to bring them back to the island, I think, was a breath of fresh air for them, and to bring them back to a familiar environment with me and vice versa, I think was positive for all of us.
I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Jim Ingram before the game. With the possible NHL lockout looming and the filter down of players, do you see it coming into the BC Hockey League? And if so, would you be willing to take a chance on a short-term acquisition and sort of disrupt a long-term goal?
On balance, yes. I think you can load up and then in a season, and then it will impact your ability to maybe bring more veterans back into your uniform the following season. But at this level, with no draft, with no list, it's so important to win now, and we're never rebuilding. I personally, I don't believe that you rebuild in this league. I think you reload. I think you always try to win the year that you're in, and if the opportunity presents itself to make your team better with a couple of acquisitions, most teams are typically receptive to do that.
How forward are you looking to the return of playing against the Clippers?
It will be another game. It will be, that old cliche, it's just another game, it's just 2 points. And that's, at the end of the day, when the puck is dropped, that's what it will be. And I haven't really focused on that. We've been so busy putting our team together. We've been so busy re-energizing our organization top to bottom with new ownership and new staff and 17 new players and new volunteers and everything that we're trying to accomplish in Victoria. So I haven't really focused on anything to do with that yet. So once we get through next weekend and then we get back to work on Tuesday following next weekend, and we'll start thinking about our next opponent, which happens to be Nanaimo, and then it will probably start to become a little bit more clear for me at that time.
Excellent, Bill. When I refed in the league, you were my favorite coach to ref with. You're still one of my favorite coaches in the BC Hockey League. Good luck tonight, and good luck to your organization.
Oh, thanks, buddy. And I know that we always had a great relationship on the ice to the bench and the bench to the ice. And you were one of the finest officials that I had the privilege to be able to say that is a friend and one of the best officials. So good to see you still in the game, and thanks very much.
Thanks, Bill. Good luck.